Hi everybody, so we are halfway through summer, unfortunately, here on Long Island, and I want to show you how fast tropical plants grow up here in New York from when I brought them outside for the summer, which was back in April, to now. And most of that growth happens June, July, August, during our hottest months of the year. First, I want to take you to my front yard and show you how we do zucchini the right way. It's getting so hard to keep up with all of the squash and zucchini. You have to pick it when it's small because that's when it tastes better and the plant will be more productive. And look at how big these are. I love picking zucchini in the morning for a couple of reasons. Firstly, the flowers open up in the morning and they're edible and really delicious. You can stuff them with cheese, you can put them in an omelet. They're so buttery and I absolutely love the flavor. It's a very mild flavor. All I know is that zucchini flowers are amazing and you have to come out early in the morning to get them when they're nice and fresh. It's really impressive to have large zucchini fruit, but it's not the tastiest. You really want to pick them when they're a lot smaller than this because that's when you're not going to have the big seeds inside it and it's going to have a little bit more of that flavor. And you might notice that this zucchini is white. That's because it's called a Palermo zucchini. It's an Italian white zucchini, so it never gets that green color that zucchini is known for. Flavor is pretty similar to regular zucchini. And this is on drip irrigation, which I really like because it keeps the leaves from getting wet. And zucchini leaves are very prone to fungal issues, and specifically powdery mildew. And by the way, all of this is growing in my front lawn. Who needs a front lawn? But enough of that vegetable talk. Let's talk about the tropicals, which is what I really intend this channel to mostly be about. And behind me we have my dream banana plant, the Musa Ae Ae, and it has grown tremendously. Really the banana plants in general are the rock stars. So let's turn the camera. Here's my garden bed now, filled with tropical plants, fast-growing, heat-loving perennials, and this didn't exist back in April. Everything was ground level. Those huge cannas that you see, that's Canna, Musafolia, Rubra. Let's start off there. These are winter survivors. I do not dig them up, and look at how tall they get. Hold on. Just in case the camera doesn't do it justice, hold on. Look at how tall these are. Like twice my height, and it's only July, so they're only going to get bigger. They're just starting to go into flower, which is higher than my roof line. Again, winter survivors, very easy to grow. I've talked about a lot of these plants before, but today we're talking about growth. You maybe want to check some of my older videos if you want to just know a little bit more about these plants. My absolute favorite is the Musa Ae Ae banana. It is the first year now that I've put it in the ground, and I do plan on digging it back up for the winter time. This is a tropical banana plant that, you know, is even more tropical than some of the green form banana plants that I have. It has more tender growing requirements. And you know, when I say tender growing requirements, I mean not just the fact that it's cold sensitive, but it's also very sensitive to too much sunlight. I'm having this problem a lot on the white part of the leaves where it's been burning, but I don't know. I don't really have a huge issue with it because it's growing new leaves so quickly. It's one of my fastest growing bananas. And it was a very slow growing banana when I had it in a container. So it's really enjoying its life inside this little garden bed in the ground. I've noticed all my banana plants grow much faster when I put them in the ground. It has a new leaf every 5 days. So that's this newest leaf. This one was really middle of last week it popped up, and then this one was the week before. And then, you know, progressively as the leaves get older, they get kind of crunchier looking and more tired looking. So I don't love that, but I do like that it's in more sun than shade because I think it's growing a lot faster that way, which means maybe I'll get some pups and maybe I can give them away to my closest friends. So intermingled with the tropicals, we have some really nice lilies, and these have been blooming since the beginning of July. I've had different varieties, so some of them are gone, and now I have some others that are in bloom, and the smell is just so nice. And of course, this banana has a lot of different fun textures around it, like these really dark colored elephant ears. Look at that contrast. That is what it is all about. This is what I like to plant. So anyway, this has grown since the start of the summer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 banana leaves, it looks like. And this, which was totally naked when it went outside, has grown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now it's got a 7th unfurling. This is the Musa Sikkimensis banana. And the Musa Sikkimensis banana does have some red markings on it. At my parents' house, I have a variety called Ever Red, and it's more red than this one, which is Bengal Tiger. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful contrast between the white banana plants with the Musa Ae Ae and then the reddish little markings on the Musa Sikkimensis. This Musa Velutina, which is a dwarf banana, is a fast grower as well. But because it's a dwarf banana, it's going to be maxing out at its height soon, and that'll be it. And then it'll actually flower. About 6 feet tall is really about the biggest that they get up here, although I've seen them get like 7 or 8 feet tall in the south. This blooms its 2nd year, so I won't get any flowers this year from it, but next year I will get pink bananas. Pink bananas is a pretty cool thing, right? And look, it already has some babies. So we have 1, 2, 3 pups already underneath here. So that is a really, really good sign that it is healthy, happy, and loving its life. It is a cold hardy banana that can survive in a zone 7 with mulch. Next to it is my Siam ruby banana. This is another fast grower in the heat, and it actually overwintered beautifully inside the house this year. So this is another fast growing plant. My dahlias are spectacular. These are not tropical, but they are so exotic looking. Look at this. This is called Kelvin Floodlight. Amazing coloration on it, and these are bulbs. So just like the Cannas, they come from nothing to this, or even taller, like this one. Look at this. This is such a tall, beautiful dahlia, and there's really nothing else like it. So you have those kind of like complex cactus-looking flowers, or you can have more simple flowered dahlias, which the pollinators really love, although I've seen the bees go for both of them. And like I mentioned, this is intermingled with different types of veggies. This passion vine, which is a hybrid, hybrids in general tend to grow faster. It's called hybrid vigor. And this is a hybrid passion vine, and it is growing crazy fast, crazy fast. I've never had a passion vine get this big, and look how big the leaves are too. Most passion vines don't have leaves this large. So this is supposed to be a cold hardy passion vine. It's a caerulea, and I forget the other mix. I'm gonna put it in the comment section, or in the description of this video rather. But anyway, it's usually blooms toward the end of the season, so it'll be blooming soon. This is another mail order elephant ear I've gotten. A mail order banana that I got. It's Mekong Giant. This is a cold hardy banana. It's about as cold tolerant as a Musa Beiju banana, and it's growing huge. It was so tiny when I got it. It was only up to here, and now it's up to here. And it's only late July. We still have another half of the growing season, so it should get twice as big. No, and while we're at it, I'm gonna show you the passion vine that actually survived the winter, because when it came up, I was like, oh no, it's dead. Because there's like nothing in its original spot. Like over here, there's nothing. But this is a Maypop Passion vine, which is a native passion vine. Anyway, it popped up like 2 or 3 feet away from the original plant, and it's gotten quite large. So the original plant was over here, and the new one popped up over there. So I don't know why that happened, but it's gonna start blooming soon, and the flowers are amazing. My lemon eucalyptus, that was another really fast growing plant for me this year, because this also overwintered in the garage, and it was just a stick. That little center stick was all that was left of it. So all of these leaves are all new growth. And I know you might not think, oh, that's, could be faster growing. But you got to keep in mind, this is growing in a container. And look how pretty these leaves are, by the way. The leaves look so beautiful right now. I'm really loving the habit of this plant and the fact that I get to overwinter it in the garage. Really, really nice. Now, there are some plants that are slow growing, like this desert rose. Desert rose really, for me at least, don't seem to grow much at all, but I do love them, and I'm going to make a separate video about desert roses. But, you know, these little couple of leaves, that's about it that I've gotten from them. My Plumeria are slower this year than ever, but they're finally starting to bloom. This one is California Sunset, lots of flower buds on it, and lots of healthy leaves too. So I'm very happy with the way that this one has turned out. This is Plumeria Divine. It's a cutting from my parents' backyard, and no blooms on it this year, but hopefully next year. And this is Jenny. It's been a reliable bloomer for me indoors and outside. It blooms inside the house too, and it has lots of flower buds on it, but usually it's a lot farther along at this point in the year. The leaves can get quite large, and they're still not really too big yet. Some other slow growers, this guy. My potted palm trees in general aren't very fast growing, but my Bismarkia, I don't even know if it's still alive. See, that's a dead part of the plant. There's no spear pull. The center is sort of still green. Some of it's not, but the spear's not pulling. And if it doesn't grow much this year, I think I might have to let it die and maybe buy a new one. I don't know. It's not looking hot. Ficus are always great. Even if it drops most of its leaves, which it didn't, it's been pretty reliably happy. It grows in, fills out really well. So I love Ficus. And you can always find these like on the clearance rack at the Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever. And speaking of Ficus, look at the big leaves on this bad boy. Look at her. This is a less common Ficus, and the leaves are huge. So this is called Ficus Umbellata, and I should be arrested for how horribly mistreated this plant was. It spent the entire winter in the bathroom in my basement, where it got no light. The average temperature in there was like, I don't know, 50 degrees. I mean, literally no light, no water. This plant didn't exist. Every single leaf was gone. It was a stick. Anybody else would have thrown it out. And I knew she would come back. Ficus Umbellata, the umbrella tree ficus. We love it for its large leaves and the fact that it's shaped kind of like a heart. And it grows really well in shade. Some people, I think, have even overwintered these in like a zone 8 where it gets down to 10 degrees. So chime in if you've had luck overwintering this as a perennial. It's very tropical looking. A really fast growing plant is this very common annual. It's a petunia. Never spend money on a very big petunia plant in the spring. This is just 2 plants, maybe 3, I don't know, but they're huge. They love cooler weather in the spring, so they actually start growing back really quickly. Oh, speaking of growing back, you know, I'll save that for another video. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to show you a very cool surprise from my backyard. But I want to show you some more fast-growing plants. My pink China elephant ears survived the winter. So this is the only elephant ear that has survived the winter outside, might I add, without any protection, no mulch, no nothing. And it's pretty fast growing, considering that it sprouted back very late. It sprouted back at the end of June, middle of June. And we have a couple of nice leaves on it, and you can see some more leaves kind of hiding because they're facing the opposite direction. It gets its name Pink China because of that nice little pink petiole that connects the leaf to the base of the plant. I also find that my tea plants, Cordyline, Fruticosa, grow back very quickly, so this is a great house plant that if it gets burnt when you bring it outside will still look really good by the end of the season. I mean, this plant was so small when I got it 3 years ago, and now it's like a tree. It's gotten massive, and I love the trunk that it kind of develops. It's not really a trunk, but the leaf bases just look so tropical, and then I have these nice fuchsia and impatiens and are kind of pinkish red, and I just think it complements the plant so well next to the pond. Alright everybody, so I gotta go feed my fish, but stay tuned, we got a lot more summer left, and give me a follow, share in the comments below what your fastest growing tropical plants are, because us northern gardeners, we need fast, because our summers are short and we want to enjoy as much lush foliage as possible. Bye!